Terror.
Who? What is up, everybody? What's going on? Once again, we are back. 656 Comics Night streaming on Domingazos, where we belong. We always belong on Domingazos. What is up? What is going on? What's up? What's going on in the world right now, man? Like, everyone seems to be upset. Everyone's pissed off. The fucking Cowboys lost. I'm so sorry about that. You know, it's not my fault. But why the fuck you want to take it out on me, huh? Why the fuck do you want to
Why?
take it
Why?
out on me? I don't even watch sports. I think
Why?
sports are stupid, but hey, whatever, you know? It's like, huh, give
What
me a good
happened,
game of
Ray?
chess. Give me a
What
good game of
happened, Ray?
chess, man.
Why are you saying it's not your fault, dude?
It's not my fault, bro. It's not my fault. All day long, man. All day long at the fucking pawn shop, people walking in, hey, about them boys. Hey, what them boys? I'm like, dude, just chill the fuck out. All right, stop buying all these guns. Stop complaining about fucking Trump or whatever the Biden thing. All right, all this.
What flew?
Stop complaining about all
¿Qué
this
te
stuff
aventaron, güey?
and
What
just
was that?
chill the fuck out. All right, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's gonna be one of those streams. All right, so just get ready, lock in, get ready, get your popcorn, get your soda pop, all that other stuff, because we're gonna talk some hard fucking facts about life and about the way that things are. So get ready
Shit,
for that.
I'm scared, guys. I haven't.
You better believe it, man. Okay, first of all, what's up, everybody? I'm your ever humble host, Mr. Happy Harry Hard on here, the effervescent elephant, cryptozoologist to the stars, industry pro, all that other good stuff. What's happening out there in the real world is crazy, crazy, crazy. And so we take time on Domingazos to talk about the suspension of disbelief. We talk about comics, we talk about pop culture, nothing too serious. Nobody gives a shit about Hunter Biden's computer. Trust me on that one. Stupid stuff like that. This is where we come to just kind of like chill out and talk about cool stuff. And as always, with me is
Hey, this is all I really had to say. Code name ODA656. How's it going, guys? Let me put on my camera. There we
there he
go.
is. There he is. Why are you in black and white? Why can't I be in black and white?
Because you're stupid. That's why.
See what I mean? See what I mean? What the
Ni me he bañado, güey.
chingao, bro? Ya, pues ya sé que es pinche baño por año ya, la chingada. Shit.
Yeah,
Fucking,
ya me toca, güey.
ya te toca,
It's about time.
man.
Woo!
Tell me about it. Where's the Juliet? I mean Julius. Where's he at?
No sé, güey. A ver.
¿Qué está haciendo? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué se
Probably
lastimó? ¿Qué
se
chingados?
lastimó. I don't know.
Chingao, man. Oh my God, where to start? So, first of all, how are you doing over there in Mexico land? What's going on over there?
Está bien, güey. I'm doing good. Working.
Working. We have some updates coming up on the Cryptonodes and other things. As you saw in our launch, in our bumper, February 6th. February 6th is the launch of Dead Stop. So get ready for that. If you missed the bus last time, get ready to catch the bus again and catch it. You will, sir, because there it is. The book is ready to go.
This is
We
the
got some
actual color
new,
now.
yeah, we got some new copies. We did a little bit of an unboxing the other day with the new boxes that we got. And the book is ready. All it needs to be is funded. All you need to do is say, hey, I want this book, and we're going to send it to you. And it's going to be awesome. I don't think there's any perks, right? There's no like incentives or anything like that.
We might do digital tiers. We might do
Digital
digital tiers, and I'm thinking about doing a Spanish version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
See,
I'm not
that sounds cool to me, man. I would go for that.
sure.
Like
Would you guys?
totally.
Would you guys buy a Spanish version? All my gringo friends here.
Version. Be very careful how you
Version.
say that word, sir. Version.
¿Por qué? ¿Qué
Because you
dije?
almost said virgin.
Virgin. Oh, I want a virgin too.
Let's say hi to the chat really quick. Edwin Bloodbone is in the chat. Also, Mega Arts. Good to see you. Some person, Benjamin Soto. Always glad to see you as well, sir. Eric the Guapo is in there. El Padrino has shown up with his balls. Who else? We got Freddie Ness. Good to see you. Creators Outlet, of course. Ray put that Kool-Aid costume back on. I think I need to put that Kool-Aid costume back on, sir. So that's good to see. And yeah, so what does he say? What did El Guapo say? Julius is protesting at the White House for Pakistan. That's where Julius is at. Julius doesn't have it in him to be a protester like that, bro. He's
That
lost.
that whole
He's lost.
fucking Palestine.
Free, free Palestine,
I'm
right
not
here.
touching that.
Free,
I'm
free
not touching that with
Palestine.
a 10-foot pole, man.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
said that. And what about it? Oli's camera is 1930s. 1930s is
Oops,
Oli's
I mean
camera. So,
Oil's
so
camera. Some oil.
Oil's camera. Oil's camera. Oil's camera. So
That's very indie. The black and white.
let's
What is
let's let's jump on that train real quick. Let's
the
jump on
black and
the
white explosion? Right here, man. Right
no
here.
no let's jump on the indie train.
Merchants are overrated.
Well, oh, Mr. Reflex Lefty is in the house. Good to see him as well.
The
Miss you,
reflex.
Armano. Miss you. I only know bad Spanish words. Bad Spanish words. And it's interesting. We have quite a few people in the chat right now. We got like 10 people in there watching us. Thank you so much for that. He has a haircut of a protester. Julius, yeah, he does. Chico.
Se va a enojar, Julius, cabrón. Se va a enojar.
Yeah, pues, if he really cared, he'd be here. That's all I'm saying. You know, he wouldn't be what was it? Is it worth the pickup? Or what was the other one? Let's talk about it.
I don't
About
know.
that. Silver
Ogre. How are
Ogre.
you,
Silver
man?
Ogre. Good to see you. Oh man, where to start? Where to start? What a week! What a week! Wow, everyone is like, what's going on, man? Like, I've been watching the twits and the X's and the Instagrams and all that other crazy shit, and everyone's pissed off at each other. Apparently, there was secret meetings that were unveiled. The Illuminati is false. Fucking frogs can't fly.
Handshakes and no sé qué
Yeah,
más.
there's secret handshakes. Everybody's jealous of everybody and shit. And was it everyone's giving each other hand jobs in the back rooms and stuff? What's going on there, man? Like, come on, dude. It's comics, bro. Please. No, nice dog man. Thank you. That's the dog man right there.
You need to paint your fucking wall, dude.
Yes,
honestly.
I will get to that when I have the chance to paint the walls. We'll paint the walls, but
Let's,
dude,
I mean, let's get the channel monetized so we can get super chats. So we
so
can buy
so that
fun.
we can have back rooms and we can talk shit about each other and about
So we
how
can paint your
you know
room
what?
and shit.
Oli's
Come
art
on.
sucks because he wants to date so and I never got a chance to do her and all this other pendejadas. Like,
Ay,
what
güey.
the fuck? Like, if you're so hard up, man, go rent a room and fucking buy a hooker, okay? And you know who
Oh,
I'm talking
shit.
about, okay? Ya me pinche cansé a la
Who
chingada
told
aquí.
you my weekend plans, cabrón?
What the
Damn.
fuck?
What? What'd you say?
It's a leap year. It's a leap year. That's what's going on. It's a leap year, and the fucking moon is probably full right now. I don't know, dude. I'm just fucking sick and tired of this crap. I'll fucking which back rooms asking for a friend? Chica.
The
The
back
back
room,
rooms,
dude.
the back
You gotta
rooms that
keep-
belong to the Illuminati of comics, apparently.
You
of
gotta
indie
creep
comics.
in to the back
You know-
room. Remember?
You know what upset me earlier? You know what really ground my gears earlier today? Somebody made mention that the indie wars are going on right now. And there's no fucking indie wars going on, man.
What is that?
There's no indie. Exactly. What the fuck is indie wars? It's not going on. There's either people that make indie comics, and then there's everybody else. So right now we are people that make indie comics, and we're not at war with anybody because we're too busy to be at fucking war. We're too busy actually doing work, actually doing good work, than releasing top secret documents that belong to the Illuminati of comics, which is fucking stupid.
This?
Infestación, indie comics, right there. Thank you very much. So
What is this?
that's not an indie war, sir. What is that? What is that? Explain to us what that is, Mr. Oli 656.
That's our under border before under border. You know.
Yep.
Shit. And it's black and white, so you know.
We were
Mira,
making comics before
para-
it was like cool.
El guapo que le gusta Dante. Ahí está Dante.
Está Dante
Check it out.
right there. That is awesome right there, man. Look at that.
Remember Alessandro?
Yes, where is he?
I don't know. Drawing furries, I think.
Hentai? Yeah, probably. Anyway,
Mira. Woo!
that's right. Thank you very much. 6x6 Comics. We met Mr. Romero right there. That's actual like a real thing right there. That's a
That's not
photograph.
Photoshop, guys. That's not
It's not
Photoshop.
Photoshop. I met George Romero. I talked to him. It linked about the comic books that we were making. That's not bullshit right there, man. Okay. I don't have receipts for it, and I'm not going to release them to the fucking X's and O's, but I'll tell you right now, that's what fucking happened because we were right there. Ando, pero pinche, ¿pa' qué te digo? Ando, hijo de su
Andas bien
pinche madre.
filoso, güey.
Ando bien filoso, güey. Y porque estos pendejos, dude, you fucking have a chance to do something. You have a chance to fucking make a change. And how stupid can you be by fighting with each other and being pendejos, pinches gringos, bagachos, pendejos? A la chingada, ya caen un pinche mal. Ya cállense el pinche hocico, hagan el trabajo, güey. Get to work, fuckheads. Stop fucking talking about bullshit that doesn't matter to anybody. Oh my God, man. That's what I was trying to say.
And the Cowboys
You know
lost
what?
too, right?
Yeah, and the Cowboys fucking lost. It all started with the Cowboys losing, man. Fucking. So let me tell you two quick stories. Two quick stories that have summed up the weekend for me. It was a long fucking week. I'll tell you that right now. It was fucking long as fuck. Yes. So last fucking night, we were watching a movie. We were watching Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh shit.
And all of a sudden, fucking Comicsgate's trying to bust in through the fucking door in the front of the house. They're fucking trying to bust in. They come in here, and I'm like, dude, Comicsgate, chill the fuck out. I had to smother them because they were hysterical. I got a pillow, and I put it over Comicsgate's face, and I'm like, shh, just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. No, but seriously, this is what really happened. So we're watching the fucking movie, and all of a sudden, there's knocking at the door. Like chingazos, like, bah, 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 bah. The kids are freaking out. The dogs are barking. I get up. I go look. There's a migra outside. The migra was outside. I was in my chones. The migra was outside. I'm like, open the door, and I'm like, yes, Brad, or Bradley, or whatever your name is, because it was a white guy, of course. Chauncey, what's going on? And he's like, I'm sorry to bother you, sir, and your chones, but let me tell you, we just had somebody jump your fence, and with your permission, can we go into the back and shoot them? No, I didn't say that. Can we go into the back and get them? And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna do shit, man. I'm in my fucking underwear. You go do what you need to do. Anais jumps up like quick as shit. He grabs a bat. He's like ready to go. And I'm like, dude, what are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with that? He's like, I'm gonna protect the house. I'm like, you're gonna go sit down with the dogs and play PlayStation. All right, just leave the oppression to the oppressors. All right, just let it go. So sure enough, we're looking through the windows to see what's going on. And yeah, we see the migra like running around the backyard right here. You can see that's where the window is right there. And we're looking through the window.
Doors to people online, dude.
Oh, male madre, was gonna fucking show up. Ben Skyver? Shit, ya mero.
Oh, maybe.
Ese güey pinche ni puede levantarse del pinche piso. El güey está más barrigón el pendejo que la chingada. Oh, I'm gonna eat some pie. I'm sorry, I can't get up right now, Mexican. It's okay. Anyway, so all this shit's going on. All this shit's going on, bro. All this is what's going on. What's going on in the chat? I want to see what's going on. It's the migra. Look, we picked up a bunch of people that I'm talking shit like everybody else. Stupidities. Anyway, so La Migra's running around. La Migra is the immigration. La Migra. I call them La Migra, right? Because they're white. Anyway, immigration's running around the backyard, jumping fences, trying to get somebody. We're watching, seeing what's going on. And that's when Comicsgate came in. I killed it. Okay, it's dead. Okay, Yahoo. Persínate, ya se acabó. Anyway, and then we don't see them anymore. We see lights, nothing. We don't see them anymore. We don't hear anything anymore. So we're all waiting on pins and needles. At this point in time, I'm like, shit, man, I should have bought that gun. But no, I didn't. That's right, sir. Anyway, long story short, we get another knock at the door. Boom, 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 boom. This time I do have pants on. Thank you very much. I managed to put my pants on. And I went to the door and I opened it, and there's Chauncey again. And he's like, sir, just want to let you know everything's been taken care of. We caught the Mexican. Actually, I think it was Dominican. Yeah, exactly. We caught them. They had jumped the fence, which is interesting because we had locked the door. Like the door on the gate was locked, like with the lock. And so I guess they jumped the fence and they jumped all over the place. And we got them. So you guys can sleep well tonight knowing that the great migra, The U.S. Migra is on the case, and we apprehended him. We apprehended the demon. It's done,
The demon? What?
dude. That's pretty much they're demonizing people, and I'm feeling bad. You know what? It's like a weird conflict of emotions. It's like I feel bad for the person, because we were explaining to Anais, like, these people come over here because they have nothing better in their lives. They need to get something better. So they take the risk. They jumped a fucking 20-foot tall fence. Have you seen the barbed wire shit that they're doing now?
Yeah.
The stupidities that they're doing. La Migra should be pro wrestler. No shit. La Parca and La Migra. They're
Isn't there
doing
a
that
migra?
stupidity.
There is a migra, way.
Is it? I think that's amigas. Isn't it amigas, like the
No, way.
fucking el pan con los frijoles y
There is
queso?
a luchador called. He's local, obviously, but
Oh,
yeah.
is he?
Fuck. We need
Look
to
it look
do.
it up. Maybe
Okay,
you can
hold on.
find it. Look it up. We have 16 people in the chat. That's cool.
El
Watching the show.
migra, no?
El Migra. El Migra.
Yes.
So they have this fucking like barbed wire fence now, dude, and these people are trying to jump over. They're trying to save themselves, and from the lives that they. Why are you laughing?
Because
Why are
I
you
found it, dude.
Show me a picture. Show me a picture of La Migra.
He had
El
a
Migra.
he had a show in Channel 5, dude. Hold on.
Con Nico Lico?
No.
Chica. The
Hold on.
Migos. The Migos. That's what Reflex Lefty says. The Migos.
The Migos. No, come on.
The Migos. Didn't one of them get shot in the head in Houston
There you
or
go.
something
There
like
it
that?
is.
Sorry. Too soon. Anyway.
You don't remember this guy?
A ver. Oh, is that Rulo if he was built?
El Migra, way.
If Rulo was a wrestler, this would be
Yeah,
him.
if Rulo was if Grinch was a wrestler.
If Rulo was in shape and he was a wrestler, this would be him. Right here.
He had a show, dude. He had a talk show.
He had a talk show about what?
Just talking down at the audience, dude. People would call the show, and he would, hey, fuck, and he would answer, yeah, I'm gonna send the migra at you, you fucker, and shit like that.
What?
Let me look for a clip.
Chivos.
Hopefully, there's one in the online or
So
something.
so they came and they got this guy, and like I said, I was conflicted because these people are trying to come over here and they're trying to they're just trying to do something with their lives, and then they get demonized. They're like, oh, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people that come over that are up to no good, but most of them just are trying to get a new life. They're trying to do something with their lives, and it's just, when I was a kid, it would happen a lot. And I remember like a few times that my dad was in the backyard arguing with these guys because they would jump over, and then we had tendederos and they would put up their clothes to dry while they're waiting for their clothes to dry. They're like right back here in the backyard just congregating. And my dad would go out there and tell them like, hey, se tienen que ir. And they would be like, no, sabe, fíjese que no nos vamos a ir. And my jefe would be like, le vamos a dar a la policía. And they were like, oh, pues háblele, no? Because they would rather face that than go back across the border, man. It was bad, dude, and it had been a long time. And in all the time that the house, was here, before we moved back in, none of that happened. None of that happened. And it just so happened that last night it happened. And we were here and we experienced it, and everyone panicked, the kids were scared, and it brought everything into focus again. It brought everything into focus as far as what we can do as our own persons to try and help people. And that's what got to me. That's one of the parts that got to me this week, because watching the infighting, watching the stupidities, watching the fucking unleashing of secret files and crap is fucking dumb, dude. Fucking do something with your lives. Do comics. Make a difference. You have the power to make a difference, and you don't. You'd rather be arguing within yourselves. You'd rather be infighting and being pendejos over fucking who draws better feet or some stupid shit like that.
That was not even the fucking.
It's a Liefeld reference.
I know. Who draws better tits?
That happened last night, and then today, the topic of conversation is fist fight in the parking lot, right? That was the name of the stream. Fist fight, fist fight, fist fight in the parking lot. It's an SNL skit, just so you know. Anyway.
Okay.
So all day long, people are complaining. The Cowboys are losing. No one's happy in the world. And after I got out of work, I'm driving to the supermarket. I was gonna go pick up some meat, so we can have, yeah, I go to el super para comprar la carne. So I'm driving, and el super is right there where Ross is on Yarborough. You know where I'm talking about, right?
Oh, you went
Right.
to the super.
I went to El Super, yeah,
Okay.
not the Super, but El Super. So I'm driving in, right there where Peter Piper is. I'm driving in through the street. I'm not cutting through the parking lot like most people do. I'm actually driving around using the street, the road. And
Uh-huh.
I'm approaching the Super, there's a Ross right there. Now you know which Ross I'm talking about. It's right there.
Yes.
And there's a street on the side that intersects the street that I was on. And as I'm driving down the street, I see the car. I see a car coming, and he's coming really fast. And there's a stop sign, but that car's not going to use that stop sign. Le valió madre. I already knew what was coming. He's going a madre. And I'm like, this motherfucker, y le estoy sacando un poco porque no, he looks straight at me. The dude looks straight at me. And I remember looking at his dumb face, and he looks straight at me, and he keeps going. And I'm like, oh, pues aquí ya, vamos a acabar. Vamos a parecer pinche Frankenstein al rato. Vámonos. Fuck it. So el güey se deja ir, and I move out of his way and I honk at him. The dude gets pissed and chases me, pulls over to the side, and I stop. I stop the fucking car. But as I stop the car, dude, as I stop the fucking car, the dude jumps out of his car. He jumps out of his car.
Like
Quick as
Wolverine.
shit. Like practically like Wolverine. He jumps out of his car and he's like, hey, motherfucker, what the fuck? And he starts going off on me. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm on. It's on. Let's go. It's been a while. So I jump out of the car, and you've been with me when this shit happens, so you know. So I jump out of the car, and I'm like, I'm ready to go, bro. Let's go. Let's do this. Ya me cansé de la pinche vida. Todo me cae mal. And as I'm approaching his car, he was coming from Ross. Let me give you a little bit of backstory real quick.
Did he buy the Joes?
Wait, listen. So I have a toy page on Facebook. I have a toy page on Facebook. It's called El Paso. Crack is one heck of a drug. You're telling me.
Oh,
I have a
shit.
toy page. It's called El Paso Toy Collectors. If you guys are interested, you can go and check it out. El Paso Toy Collectors. I started that toy page like years ago, years and years and years ago, because I wanted to get GI Joes, right? And so like there's over 3.5 thousand people. Is that how you say it? 3,500 people on that toy page. They're all part of the group, and they all, the way the toy page works is like, hey, if you find something, hey, Brian Criscow, good to see you, sir. What's up? If you find something, then you can post it on the page, or if, hey, I saw this here, we try to help each other out as community for toy sellers. There's a lot of scalpers on there and stuff like that. So as of late, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Ross has been getting some fucking killer ass toys, man. They've been getting like Legends, they've been getting Joes, like all sorts, Halo, fucking Power Rangers, all.
Have you seen the new the memes that Ross is the new Toys R Us?
Yeah, it's Toys R Us.
Toys R
That's
Us. Yeah, it's
Toys
true.
R Us. So it's been happening since before Christmas. Right before Christmas, like all these people were congregating down in the Toys R Us and getting all these fucking toys. So scalpers have been going crazy, going and buying and then taking it to like there's toy stores and trying to like flip it or whatever.
Mhm.
So I have that toy page, and I know a lot of people on that toy page, and a lot of people submit to get on that toy page so they can sell their wares. So back to the story at hand. So the guy jumps out of his car and he's standing there like yelling at me, cussing me out. I jump out of my car. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Whatever. Ya me cansé de la vida, whatever. And then I look, and he had his door open. And I'm telling you, man, this shit fucking happens to me, and it's fucking insane. He has his fucking door open, and I look, and he has the fucking motos that are at Ross now. The fucking Masters of the Universe. He has them in the Ross bags that are sticking out of his fucking car. And I'm like, oh shit, I want them.
You were like, whoa.
Whoa,
You
hold
got
on,
them?
hold on. I want those figures. And he's yelling at me, and everything kind of just fades away. And I'm listening. I'm not listening to him anymore. I'm looking at these toys. I'm transfixed by these fucking toys. And everything snaps back into reality. And he's still yelling at me like he's ready to fucking throw down. And I'm like, wait 1 minute, motherfucker. Let me ask you a question. And the dude stops. And I'm like, are you coming from Ross? That completely threw him the fuck off, dude.
No mames.
Like completely threw him the fuck off. He's like, he stopped, dude, and he looked at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, are you coming from fucking Ross? Are those the new fucking Masters of the Universe figures that you have in the back seat? Did you just get those at Ross? What? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Like that snapped him also, like, what? And I'm like, I have a toy page in El Paso. Are you part of that toy page? It's called El Paso Toy Collectors, buy and sell. Are you part of that toy page? Yeah, I am actually. And I'm like, wait, it gets better. I'm like, my name's Ray Ramos. I'm the one that started that page. Oh shit. You're Ray Ramos?
No,
And I'm like,
really,
yeah,
dude?
I am. Are you a scalper? He's like, no. Are those toys for you? Yes. All right. Just making sure, man. Just be more careful next time, all right? And I go and I get back in the car and I start driving away. The dude stood there for like a few seconds, like trying to figure out what the fuck just happened as I drove to a super to go get my meat.
Why are you calling it your meat?
Because it's
Stop
my
it.
meat. I'm going to cook my meat for my family. It's my meat.
So that's, well, anyway.
Anyway, you're focusing on that. I'm telling you a story here. God damn it.
My meat.
So yeah.
Mi
So
carne.
that completely changed the scenario. And that's what I'm thinking in my head for the rest of the afternoon. Like all these pendejadas are going on, all these babosadas. Yes. All these babosadas are going on. And if we stop and actually fuck my meat, my crack, my pussy, and my back. Anyway, if we stop and actually listen, or not listen, but pay attention to each other, maybe we would get less pushback. I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's too technical of a word. I don't know. There would be less anger, especially if the Cowboys lose. There'd be less anger in the world and shit, man. If we just took a minute and realized what the fuck is going on. That's why I wanted to name the stream that, fist fight. The parking lot, because it almost came to that.
Parking lot fighter, yeah.
Parking lot fighter, dude. And I was amazed at that shit because, like, old Ray, like back in the day, Ray, like, yeah, we would have done our pendejadas or whatever. But toys, comics, stuff that we use to try and escape reality, that's the stuff that right now seems to be grounding us, and it's weird. It's very weird. Not weird in a bad way, but weird in a very refreshing way because we look at TV, we look at what's going on around us. Like last night, the fucking migra showing up, trying to arrest this person. I'm a collector, not a fighter. There you are. Get in here, man. Get in here.
No, you wanna send Chris Gal the link? We haven't talked to this guy nowhere. You wanna jump in, Brian?
If you want to jump in, Brian, you're more than welcome to, sir.
Fan dream come true.
It was just bizarre, man. Like it puts things in perspective, like Brian's saying, because we take those things and we're trying to like do something with it, but really, like, we're just trying to escape. We're just trying to like. The day the Cowboys at Cruz Azul and Chicago Cubs win their respective championships, and that's wind, their respective championships, world will be at peace. I agree,
Like
sir.
at the same time?
I don't know who La Cruz Azul is, but yeah, I
It's
think
like,
I have their insurance.
it's it's some Mexican soccer team. I don't know.
Oh, is that what it is? I'm all for Cruz Azul.
I'm all best. Saben aquí.
Good job, good job.
But I'm looking, dude. I haven't showered today, man. Don't worry about it.
Fucking Reflex Lefty says, I got into a fist fight in a Denny's parking lot at 3 a.m. once. I've heard that story.
Oh shit, where is it? Let me highlight it. Where is it?
It's towards the bottom.
Oh shit.
Chingao, man.
No, dude, honestly, I avoid getting into fights, man.
Dude, shit like that happens to me all the time, though.
Dude, I mean, we were in the car when you were about to get road rage, man. Fuck that.
Remember that? I remember that too when this
You
shit
remember
was
that,
happening.
cabrón?
I remembering that like fucking road rage. This could go really bad, and it didn't. It went actually somewhere else, somewhere different, and that was. I think that's good, man. I think
And we were fulfilling Kryptonos, huh?
yeah, we were fulfilling the crypto
Or
notes
dead
too.
cabrón.
We were
Oh,
driving around.
we were, we were out delivering books now, and you were fucking like about to get into a road raging. Pinche
It was a
cabrón.
motorcycle guy. He was like a Harley's Angel or something. I don't know what the fuck. Harley's
Nah,
whatever.
it was like a fucking Cholester or some shit like that.
Oh, is that what it was? A
Yeah.
Cholistan? Oh my god, man. So
Con el azul no se meta. Woo!
look at what the Reflex Lefty says. Ray is an abrasive fellow, according to
Okay, now
management.
we have a Mr. Brian Frisco in the house.
There he is.
Hey, happy New
Good to
Year,
see you,
cabrón.
Mr. Chris Gow. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. You know, feeling a little greasy, feeling a little sleazy today. Didn't leave the house. I went up on Ollie though. I did bathe today.
Nice.
Greasy and sleazy. You were watching Italian Giallos, right? I bet.
Let's do it.
No, actually, I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. You know, because you can get like they just came out with like the Chucky DLC.
Oh wow.
Which is funny as hell because it's like it's voice acted by Brad Dourif, right? So when you're chasing people and hooking them and shit, he's just you hear him cursing and oh man, what can I say? I was just having fun just murking bitches today.
Jesus, I don't know if this is a compliment or an insult, Brian.
No, it's like, people say that all the time, except of course. That's where the resemblance ends. I actually get you don't have to wait 3 years for a
yeah, exactly. Ooh. Brian actually knows what he's doing, and the other guy is just eating pie and getting fat, so don't worry about it.
But what a wonderful story that is that you just told.
It's crazy, so man. Like, it's just insane. Stuff like that happens to me, and I'm like, it puts things into perspective. Like you were saying, last night all this shit happened, and this morning or today, this afternoon, and then all this stuff that's been going on this week. I'm sure you've been watching. Like all this pendejadas happening.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that I hate. It's like you have to be aware. Like I'm as anti-drama as it gets. But then that itself.
This guy too, and look at it.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like
there's only so much
well,
a man
I have
can
a long
take,
fuse. I have a long fuse, like really, really long. I mean, you really got to fuck with me hard and long for me to like snap, right?
Sounds like a good time there, Brian.
No, well, not like that. Not fuck with me in the fun way.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Thank you very much.
Oh man. Oh, but yeah, no. I mean, look, it's so some people are in the scene aren't comic creators or YouTubers, right? And when you're a comic creator like us, you have to YouTube, right? It's necessary. But at a certain point, you also have to ask yourself, which am I? Am I a comic creator who YouTubes, or am I a YouTuber that puts out a comic book that is basically merchandise from the channel? Oh, what up, Matt? That's my boy. It's my B.
Matt.
Yeah, I love that dude. We're working on a comic right now, like a
nice
horror comic. Yeah, man. Look, I'm excited for 2024, man. I mean, we got stuff going on. We got stuff coming out. I was talking to Ollie about a Spanish language edition of Six Gun Gorilla.
Oh, nice!
Whenever you're ready, man. Whenever you're ready.
No, I know, dude. Trust me. It's just I gotta like time it and everything, and also figure out like, is this financially viable? But even if it's not, I still want to do that because I don't understand why we aren't all doing that. Right?
It's true. It's very true.
We all should be making our comics in Spanish and French, I think, and maybe also Japanese.
Of course,
because it's not like, I don't know, dubbing a movie, right? Where you have to bring in like a whole cast to do the voices and everything. we're lucky that way. All we have to do is just translate the dialogue. I mean, I gave Ollie a look at the translation I had, right? and yeah,
No, no bueno, Brian. No bueno.
yeah. No, I mean, dude, that's why I thought of you, bro. Is because it's like you want somebody that's doing the translation to be a native speaker, right? Because you don't want shit coming out sounding clunky. Because when you have clunky dialogue, it stops the experience of the comic dead, right? Or like a bad translation. Like I remember watching like it was a Toshiro Mifune, Akira Kurosawa movie. It was Yojimbo, right? The
nice.
one that Fistful of Dollars is based on. And at this one point, these guys are like looking over at him. They're like, "Man, that guy is one bad hombre." It's like, wait a second, this is a fucking samurai movie, not a Western. I mean, it's kind of like a Western, but your setting is completely like, what? So yeah, you want to avoid that sort of a thing, if at all possible.
It's true, man. Like it gets lost in translation, right? A little bit if you're not careful.
I mean, when we worked on Dead Stop, launching February 6th, by the way.
February 6th, sirs.
All the scripts were in Spanish, so Ray had to translate them, and then we had to look over them and like rework them because some of the phrases maybe got lost in translation.
Mm.
So
that's part of the art of translation, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like if you translate this line literally, it's not going to make a lick of sense. Right. So you then try to find something that is as close to that. Right. Because every language, every group of people, they have their own expressions that there's no exact equivalent for in any other language. Right. There's always certain words in every language. There's no exact equivalent for in any other language. Right. It's like if you grew up in a bilingual household, which I did. You know this, right? Like, I was trying to explain to my girlfriend, like, oh, this is so mushelig. She's like, what? Mushelig. It's like soft and kind of fuzzy. It's kind of mushelig.
It's in the middle.
So yeah, no, I'm sure you guys must experience that too. There's got to be certain words in Spanglish that there's no exact equivalent for.
Big time. And the problem is, especially not so much, I didn't have such a hard time with Dead Stop as much as I did with Escape or Die. Escape or Die, the translation of Escape or Die, oh my God, man. Like I was so scared because it had to fit, and it's okay, so first of all, every writer has his own style. Yep. When you're trying to translate someone else's writing style from one language to another, good God, man. Like I was so first of all, I was so paranoid I was gonna fuck it up. And second, I needed to do justice to Pancho's work because Pancho is a badass and I could not fail that. How am I gonna look in his eyes if I fuck that up? So everything I was like I like just mulled over every single word, every phrase. And then to top it off, in the book, in the story, and I know you read it, there's a rap battle. Yeah. So first of all, you got to translate a Spanish rap battle into an English rap battle, keep the fucking flow, and also keep like the semblance of what makes sense in it. Like keep it all together. That was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my fucking life, man. Like,
oh my God.
But you know what was cool about it? That you're a poet. You know how to rhyme words and all
that helped.
So that helped a lot, no?
That helped a way lot because if it wasn't for that, the background in poetry, I would have messed that up royally. It would have been so like stiff and just non-flowy.
Clunky.
Yeah, they would have just thrown it in my face. Like, what is this crap? Shit. Go get somebody that knows how to write, like Malin, to write this or something like that.
Well, dude, look, the author of that was in very good hands because number one, you gave a fuck, you gave a shit. That's the most important thing, right? Is caring. Because when you see bad translations, it's just like, this was made by people that just didn't give a rat's ass. And, Undead Border, of course, turned out to be what a surprise. What a surprise. I was not expecting that to be as damn good as it was. I mean, that put you guys on the map, right?
Oh yeah.
And like that's what got me and so many other people to go, "Beep, whip," like what? And I think I told you guys too. Like I didn't back it because I was like, oh great, another zombie comic.
Mm.
Great. Like, we really need another one of
We,
those.
we understand, Brian. We understand.
So Preston has two, and he's just like, dude, you got to see this. I'm like, zombie comic. And he's just like, fuck you. I'm going to send this to you because when I was reading this, I was thinking like, Chris guy's going to love this. And he sent it my way, and I read it, and I started feeling itchy. Started feeling itchy while I was reading it. You know, with the ticks and everything. Like I actually had like a physical reaction. That plus also just the scope of it and what it was trying to say was, I just remember, well, at least what I got from it was, oh, so that's what it's like to live in Juarez. Right?
Exactly.
That's what horror is about. It's not about literal truth. It's about emotional truth. And sometimes you can convey that so much more elegantly with a fantasy and a horror than you could if you just do something that is straight dramatic and based on real life.
Yeah, exactly. And that was one of the main draws when these guys were like, hey, we got to work on this and we got to translate it. Like after reading it, because I had not read it up until the point where they gave it to me, because I hadn't been in contact with these guys for a while. And after reading it, I was like, these motherfuckers, man, they did this without me. I hate them, but at the same time, they're inviting me to join, the sandbox. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, let's do this. That's why
You were into the drama, Ray. That's why. And we were working.
Yeah, exactly. It was 110%,
Yep.
man. Like I needed to get in there and do this. But yeah, it's true. I was all into the drama. It was my villain arc, you may say, or whatever you want to call
Oh,
it.
shit.
You're a villain arc.
But dude, it came out. It came out. And that's something that we've been discussing for like the past few weeks also. Like the quality of the books that we put out, the want, the passion, the drive of having these quality books out. We're not just going to throw something against the wall and hope that it sticks. It's just, we got to make sure that everything is covered. So
first rate. Everything you guys do is first rate. And to me, that's the most important thing of all, because that's the sort of thing that lasts, is you want people to associate your name with quality. And you guys have achieved that.
And we are not done as yet. We gotta keep going. And that's something that I was gonna bring up to you as well, Brian. I don't know if you've heard or not, but the rights have reverted back to 6x6 Comics as far as the Crypt Notes is concerned. We had some issues with the publisher had some issues, so we had to break ties. So everything is back on the table as far as what we had discussed earlier, like way earlier last year. So we got to get to work on that as well, and we got more stuff coming out, and like quality is like the main thing. We're working on getting all our ducks in a row so that we don't skip a beat and just keep going the road that we're going. So
that's it. That is the way to go. I got a lot of crap coming out this year.
Nice.
We were relaunching the 6-gun trade paperback volume 2. And also I did this thing with Adam Lawson called Blood Moon Stomp, which is like the Wrestler meets The Shining. That's coming out. I'm working on this thing called The Puritanian with my boy Matt. I'm editing 2 books right now. That's really bizarre for me, is that people are coming to me and they're like, as an editor, it's just like, oh yeah, no, I really respect your opinion, man, and blah blah blah. And I was just like, really? So I got some imposter syndrome there, but that's cool because that keeps me nice. And because I really do feel like, like any minute now, people are going to realize I don't have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
Don't say that, Brian. Be quiet.
What project
did I say that out loud? Oh, shit.
What projects are you editing, Brian? Can you say?
Oh, I can't talk about those. Okay. Those are like very, very top secret. I'll say this. They're from very, very major figures in the scene. Where I would
Nice.
like people that are like, way higher up the ladder than I am. And like, they're looking to me for advice. And it's like, oh, okay, And so it's just like, okay, I think I'm at the point now where I can allow myself to be able to kind of, I don't know, get some affirmation out of that, to just kind of be like, okay, well, at least I know I don't suck. Right. So I don't have to be like the greatest, as long as I'm like, okay, as long as I don't bite it, then, I'm good. So yeah, no, it's gonna be full speed ahead this year.
But the proof
And
is in the pudding, sir. I mean, you've proved yourself, and they've noticed. People have noticed, so that's why you're getting the just rewards that you should, man. So that's awesome. Fuck yeah.
well, yeah, no, I mean, I'm super grateful for it. Super, super, super grateful. And but that's the thing. It's like the books that we make, they're passion projects. And that passion, that comes across in our work. You're right. You're not going to get that at Marvel. You're not going to get that at DC. You're not going to get that from the majors, and you're not going to get that from certain other folks we shall not mention. We put our heart into our stuff, because we also understand. I mean, oh God, I can't tell you how bad I felt at the New York City Comic Con like 10 years ago, where I mean, man, we sold 400 issues, which was nuts, right?
Wow.
And we rocked Independence Alley. We had a big "fuck you" banner, so when you came in, if you turned left, you saw that damn thing, right? But every other, I don't know, I think I've told this story probably like a million times, but every other comic in Independence Alley was a zombie comic. And everybody there was just kind of looking at each other and going, oh shit.
Damn.
Right? Because that year was all about The Walking Dead. Frank. Oh God, I walked right past Frank Darabont.
Oh damn.
Right? And I didn't see. This is after that. I was just like, whenever I get up from the table and go for a piss, or just to like walk around and check out the convention a little bit, always carry comics with you. Always carry comics with you, and be like, I mean, who's going to say no if you're like, here, would you like a free comic? Nobody. They're going to take that shit.
But give it before going to take a piss, no?
Yeah. Give it to them before then.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the picture that Oli had up a little while ago is our Frank Darabont, version of that story. Because the same thing happened. We were I was at San Diego Comic Con. I had comics, and guess what I ran into right there?
George, God bless you.
Yes, and that was awesome, man. Because I linked with him. I gave him our spiel. I showed him our books. He didn't take our books because he's like, no, because what if something happens and something down the line, looks like your stuff, like, okay, no problem. But I told him anyway, and he's like, damn, I should have thought of that. It was awesome. Hello, Rockero. Thank you for joining us as well. And that's the stuff that happens, man. Like, you don't know who you're gonna run into. Like the other San Diego story that I had was Ray Bradbury. Everybody was going crazy. It was when what is it called? When Grindhouse came out, and they had Rodriguez had an actual girl up there on a stage, and she was missing a leg, and she had her machine gun leg up, like in the Death Proof. No, the other one. Sorry, the Planet Planet Terror one. And she was up there, and she had the pole, and everybody was watching her, and she was dancing, and she would put her leg up, and the girl was playing the part. So everybody was gathered, like, watching her, and over here on the side, in a wheelchair being pushed along, was Ray fucking Bradbury. I was like, holy crap! Isn't anybody looking? And is anybody paying attention?
I know, right?
Nobody was paying attention. I paid attention. I saw him. Like, forget the girl with the machine gun leg. I'm gonna go talk to Ray Bradbury. And I went over there, and I'm like, Mr. Bradbury, thank you so much for everything you've done. And he was already, he was up there in his age, and I gave him some books, and I gave him a copy of Valiente, and he was all happy. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I talked to him, like, thank you for everything you've done. He's like, do you want anything signed? And I'm like, I don't want anything signed, which is stupid of me now, but whatever, Like, I don't want anything. So I just want to shake your hand. Every time I run into a creator, I just want to shake their hands and tell them thank you. Like
Yeah.
Liefeld and McFarlane and all these other guys. Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith's a little bit weird about it because of the stink palm thing that's happened to him in the past,
Yeah.
but that's a whole other story. But
Right.
but Ray Bradbury was so gracious and so, oh my God, it was just like I wish I could have spent time talking to him at length, but I got a chance to meet Ray Bradbury, and that
Oh, that's
was,
so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I mean, the guy was like such a legend and such an icon. And I
oh
remember
yeah,
when he passed away, how sad a lot of people were. And I was like, what are you sad about? I mean, I love the guy too, right? He was a very important figure in my life too. But he was up there in age, and he had recognition for the vast majority of his career.
oh hell
Mhm.
yeah,
Right? By all accounts, lived a great life. It's like I cry if somebody is if there's somebody's death is tragic, if they die like way too soon, and before they get their props. He got his props. He got his props in a major way. But
hell yeah,
oh
man.
god damn, I'm so jealous, man. But see, that's the thing too. It's like you just want to tell these people thank you. And, if I do get something signed, I also let them know to personalize it
Hmm.
because, that's my way of letting them know, like, oh, because sometimes they'll do like a double take, like, really? I'm like, yeah, can you, because it's like people come to have their book signed and they don't say, oh, can you make that out to so and so? I'm like, can you make that out to Brian? And it's like, suddenly they realize like, oh, this guy isn't gonna flip this on eBay, and I let them know this is going. Hola, little man.
Good night,
This is
Ronan.
going
Say
on the
Ronan. Say good
wall.
night, Ronan. Say good night. Okay, good night.
We're in a
Sorry,
short.
Brian. No, but it's true what you're saying. Everything that you're saying is true. Like, if we don't take the time to acknowledge these creators, then we would not be here. I mean, the same thing with Stan Lee. I didn't get a chance to shake his hand, but he recognized me because I yelled at him like, Stan Lee, thank you, and he's like, you're welcome. You're welcome, true believer. Oh
Yeah,
my God, man, that's fucking
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You know?
And that's what I always loved about conventions. To me, that's what part of conventions was always about, was the fans getting a chance to thank the artists and the creators, because that just feels good.
Mhm.
And and you're always taking a chance. You never know. Somebody might be a douchebag. I mean, somebody like Romero, for instance, you just know is chill, just because everybody that I've ever spoken to that's met that guy, and that's actually quite a lot of people. It's just like that dude's just awesome. Like he's just a dude,
Yeah.
right? And then, you're worried maybe you might catch somebody on a bad day or something. And then there's people to avoid, like Mark Wade and uh, um, oh God, who's the other guy I keep hearing horrible things about?
I had a good experience with Mark Wade
You
when,
did?
yeah, he signed my, was it the comic he did, Kingdom Come?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
I went to my first ever con in Mexico, and he was one of the guests, and I had my Kingdom Come book because I know he was around, and I just saw him walk by, and was like, hey, Mark, can you sign my book? Sure, thank you. Yeah, he left. ¿Cómo se llama? Me dijo, like, what's your name? ¿Cómo se llama?
¿Cómo se llama?
And,
Oh,
and he
nice.
dedicated to me, yeah, to Oliver, Mark Wade, and yeah. And,
I had that experience with Chuck
that's
Dixon.
cool.
Chuck Dixon was awesome like that.
probably that was when Mark Wade was nice, like not
When
like
he
a,
was nice.
Well, he threw a stapler at Joe Sacco's head. You guys know who Joe Sacco
oh
is,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
right?
damn.
Yeah, Joe Sacco was sharing an office with Mark Wade and I think maybe like a couple other people, right? And he said like he dropped something like a pencil or something, and he like bent over to pick it up, and suddenly this stapler goes flying right where his head had been like a second
Damn.
ago, and embeds itself in the wall. So this wasn't like one of those little plastic little pieces. This is like one of those heavy duty motherfuckers like they had in
Those
school.
long ones. Or what?
This big, no, like
The
the really
saddle
long
stitch.
ones, right? They're just big and chunky. Because they're also kind of like paperweights. Yeah, it went past his head and just embedded itself in the wall. Like,
Damn,
what
man.
a freak, man! What a freak!
And Joe
But yeah, in the
Sacco,
end,
man.
he said sometimes he would just like curl up on the floor and cry. So
Oh,
I think he's got some.
Mm.
You know, I think there's there's some there are some issues there.
Man, yeah, with creators, you gotta it's hit or miss, man. You never know what you're gonna get when you miss them. Great, some of the great ones that I've met. Michael Turner. Michael Turner was awesome. He signed my friend's pants. Steranko, my God, freaking Steranko is like the real thing. He's the real deal, man. That guy's scary and exciting and everything in between at the same time, man. And
Well, he's like James Bond. He's had like one of the most
yes,
interesting lives ever. He was
oh
like a
hell
car
yes,
thief. He was like a car thief, had like an entire lot full of stolen cars. This was like when he was a kid, right? And then he was a magician
yeah,
and
escape
just,
artist and shit.
oh my God, right? And yeah, Benjamin, that's a really beautiful story too. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like these folks, I think they realize it's just like very often they don't realize that they've had an impact, right? Or even that people remember them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, like you grew up watching Buck Rogers with your father. That's part of your own personal mythology now. So you just you hope that people are cool, and for the most part, people are. And for Kurt Busiek, that's the guy I was trying to think of before.
Yeah,
It's
Kurt Busiek's gone off the rails, man.
Massive fan. I don't think any less of him as a writer, right? Tremendous admiration for him as a writer. Guy was a dick to me on on Twitter for like no reason.
Damn.
Right? And that I could handle too, but then I just heard story after story after story after story of him just being a dick to people. And I was just like, ugh.
Probably these
So it's like
people.
when I see him at a con, I'll be like, just let him walk by.
Maybe these people assume the worst on Twitter. That's why they have to like preemptively act like an asshole. But I mean,
he's an asshole. But he's an asshole in real life. That's the
Yeah.
fucked up thing, right?
That's
It's
the
like
It
and
doesn't work.
it's a pattern, right? That's what you look for is a pattern of behavior. Because if somebody could have a bad day,
Mhm.
right? You can catch any one of us. Sweetest person in the world could be kind of like, right? The Dalai Lama, I'm sure, can be a bastard sometimes.
Pretty much.
Right? You never know. But when it's a pattern of like being abusive to fans, it's just like, you motherfucker, do you not understand that these people literally make your dreams come true? Literally.
I never understood that shit. Why mistreat the reader, the fan, the guy that
I don't know.
buys your book, reads your book, and I mean,
I don't get it.
it's
I don't-
something. I don't understand.
I don't get it. I think maybe people like that are just kind of like all about themselves, in which case they've got to be very lonely motherfuckers, right? Because when you live a life that's just centered around you and has nothing to do with uplifting other people around you and, being part of a community, that's just lonely existence. We're human beings. We're meant to be tribal, right?
Mhm.
I mean, what's the biggest punishment you can give us? Solitary confinement, right? It's illegal in Europe and Scandinavia because it's considered cruel and unusual punishment.
Damn.
Right? We need each other, and they're going to be a little, fighting, fussing, cliques forming, and shit like that. What you do is you just find the positive people, and when you find out that they're authentic, you just weld yourself to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shit. Yeah.
Because authentic people are worth their weight in gold. And I'm super lucky to be working with the people that I'm working with. And of course, looking forward to working with you fine gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Very soon, sir. Very soon as well.
But I mean, I like shit talking too, guys. So
No, that's okay. Look, being braggadocious, that's okay. Talking shit, that's okay too. It's when people actively fuck with other people.
yeah, that.
It's when people try to thwart other people, because when people look at their peer and they see them as competition and they're going to stick a foot out to like trip them.
Yeah.
Right? That's some bullshit. And it's just a sign of deep-seated insecurity. Because if you're not a totally insecure motherfucker, you're going to be like, oh, this guy's making me step my game up. All right, motherfucker, I'm going to keep up with you. And what does that do? That takes you and your work to like a higher level. Like you're going to get you motherfuckers, man. It's like I get your books do that to me. I'm just like, God damn. It's like, fuck. Right? It's like, there you go, raising the fucking bar again. God damn. I gotta fucking start fucking climbing faster.
See,
Right?
that's healthy competition. That's the competition that I appreciate, man. Like, definitely. Hell yeah. It's
like Muhammad Ali kind of shit, Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of shit, right? Where there's nothing mean-spirited about it. You know, if anything, there is a spirit of camaraderie there, and you guys have got it in spades, man.
Yeah, you say mean-spirited, but fucking Arnold made us Stallone get that gig, no? That Stop 'em or Mom will shoot. That was mean-spirited.
Right? Wait, can you say that again? That's totally what.
No, you didn't hear that rumor that
what
Arnold was like fighting for the script for Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, and Stallone was like, no, give it to me. I want to do that better than him, and that fucking movie flopped.
Yeah.
Horrible movie.
Well, hey, but Estelle Getty was in that, man, and I love her, so it's okay.
But I remember hearing stories about him on the set of Predator, right?
Yeah.
And how like Jesse Ventura and these other guys, they would get up an hour earlier than him and hit the gym so they could look as jacked as possible, right? The next day, they show up at the gym. Fucking Arnold's already been there for an hour, right? They get up a little earlier to go for a run.
I didn't
Next
sleep.
day, I know what you guys are doing. You just see Arnold fucking running down the hill after. That's like healthy, non-mean-spirited competition. That's what I'm talking about. But, you know, not everybody's cool like that, unfortunately.
Especially in this industry, man. It's
Jesus, man. But the good draws to it the good, and the cool draws to it the cool.
That's right.
And that's one of the things I love about just the place where I'm at right now in this scene is that I'm with a group of people that I know that I've known for a while now. So it's like if they're wearing a mask, that shit always slips, right? People can only keep that mask on for so fucking long. When you've gotten to know people for like 3 years or something like that, it's just like, okay, now you know you've seen the real person and you know who's authentic and you know who the fake motherfucker.
It's better to have the mask off since the beginning. That's what I say.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, definitely.
But there's some fake ass bitches out there.
It's like a plague right now, man. It seems, man. Just I don't know what's going on. Just make comics, just make books. It's not hard.
That's not what these people are about.
Yeah,
it's not what they're about. They're YouTubers. They're not comic creators.
Yeah,
they make a living on super chats, right? That's where they're looking to make their money. Not making comics, because if there was a passion to make comics, I mean, I would put out as many comics as I possibly could every year. I'm hoping to like do an anthology this year. Like that's going to be like 4 or 5 of my IPs of books that I've been planning, like 10 pages, 15 pages of each. Kind of like what Phil did with the Lost Pages. But it's gonna be like a Two-Fisted Comics primer. That is say, there's not going to be any like connecting story or connecting universe, because I want to jump around in different genres. I want to do a science fiction. I want to do a high fantasy sword and sorcery. I want to do a post-nuke thing, and some horror and some other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like that's that's the thing. Also, we don't make a lot of money on these books. You know, people don't understand. It's like pretty much the money we make that goes back into making the next comic.
That's the truth.
But man, the fact that you guys got in the Diamond catalog, that's fucking legendary, man. It is.
Man.
It's such an achievement, dude. When I found out that, I mean, look, I actually went to like my local comic book stores, which I hadn't been to in ages, and there were a bunch that were like just popped up to say, hey, you got the Cryptinals? Like, hey, you should check that out, right? But none of them sell comics anymore or never.
What are they selling, dude? Funkos or
Funkos?
Yeah,
Funko Pops, and like anime statues and shit like that.
Like all the tiendas in Juarez that one time we went to the mall over there.
Oh, yeah, you remember that? Yeah,
too much Funkos and porno statues and who knows what the hell
hey,
else.
man, those are making money, dude.
Exactly, man.
Filling up landfills too, man. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Out of those 5 stores, there was one that sold American comics.
Nice.
And I swear I'm not making this up. It was in a dirty little corner all the way in the back of the store. So It was like, you know, like stashed like all the way in the back, like the porn would be or something, right? And it was just literally just a corner, right? Because they had like a corner shelf there, and just like a very sparse array of American comics, which somehow made it worse than just having no American comics at all.
But those are the places that you find gold. No, Brian. I mean, like
you can. If
you look hard enough, or were they all dingy, beat up copies, or?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, in that case, yeah. But here's the thing: it was mostly like Marvel and DC shit, right? It's like no,
new Marvel
they don't
and
know
DC
from
or?
indie comics.
It's kind of like
that's the shop we went to, no, in Chaparral.
Yeah, I was about to say, like the Comics Addict, you'd probably get a kick out of that one because it's very like it's inside post office. Like that's the city of Chaparral is a very small town. It's about maybe like 30 to 45 minutes away from where I'm at right here. And it's a small town, and you drive out there, and it's like a little strip, and it's like a gas station, and then next to that is the post office for the town. And you go in through the post office, and immediately to the left there's the Comics Attic. It's like a room in the back that they have, and that's where they have the comics, and they have a really nice selection. It's very small, but they have slab books, they have new books, they have like, you know, everything is really well organized. The guys care about what they're doing, like CG graded books and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And they have a good selection, and it's kind of like what you're describing. It's not dingy, but it's like you have to go through the front of the post office to get to the comic book store in the back, you know. And
that's so wild.
It's very, very cool.
That's kind of cool though. It makes you feel like you're doing something illicit.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. That's what.
There's a door now that looks like a wall.
Yeah, a false wall.
A false wall, and they conduct business back there. The owners and other people.
We don't know what type of business, but they conduct business back
there.
It's
cool.
Jim Cox has said, "Can North American comics and anime titties just get along?" Here's the thing.
I mean, that only exists in Kickstarter, Jim. That's all. That's all where the nudie comics are right now.
Bubblegum Crisis, sir. Bubblegum Crisis.
Man. Yeah. For sure. But you know what? I do find it encouraging that at least manga is as huge as it is. It's fucking everywhere.
Oh yeah.
You see it. I mean, literally, it's like you can't turn your head and not fucking see like stickers and T-shirts and like custom jackets and shit like that. These kids are into it, man. And so at least they're growing up with comics, right? Because it's the notion of generations of kids growing up, just not even. Have you ever like given a comic to somebody and they don't know how to read it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Right? Which is like an experience. It's like you try to explain it to people. People are like, what? They can't read it? I'm like, No, literally, it's like they don't know where your eye is supposed to go,
Oh.
right? And really bright people, it's just it's foreign. It's like alien to them, right? Whereas if you grew up with comics, it's just second nature. So, I'm sure these kids, if they see American comics, they see French comics, which are the fucking bomb. I think those, we shouldn't be imitating the Japanese. We should be imitating the French, if anybody.
Yeah.
And they've got the fucking dope formats, like the big album size, the fucking hardcovers, all that fly shit, man.
Do you know the publishing schedule for the French BDs, Brian? Is it one a year?
I don't know. Sim would know that shit because Sim and I are like the apostles of French comics in the scene. It's like we're walking around with a copy of the Maid of Barons in our arms.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, so at least they know about comics. When they first see French or American comics, they're going to be like, wait, why is this backwards? Right? But then at least maybe they'll give it. I'm actually hopeful that comics at some point will make a return in North America. Just one thing is for sure. It's not going to come from Marvel and DC. It's not going to come from up above. It's going to come from down below. It's going to come from people like us who have been toiling in the underground, right? We're just waiting for our day.
I mean, it's that cycle all over again. Because in the 80s, it was the underground comics that rose up and made everything, come back around. I mean, everyone was all into, the cool stories and TMNT and everything like that. And in the 90s, it was the Image era. And then the 2000s, I don't know what the hell was going on. But now it's coming back around again.
I mean, my dream would be like the 80s, right? Where you had First Comics, Eclipse, Malibu, Caliber. I'm missing about 20.
Let's throw some more.
Silver Wolf. Other of those motherfuckers I can't remember.
Silver Wolf Comics, Rebel Comics. Who else? Fucking just a Kitchen Sink was in there too, man. All these guys. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was it was in a like my comic joint was in a bookstore in a mall, right? Called Schiller's Books. And so you walked in, it was mostly paperbacks, hardcovers, etc. But against one wall, throughout the entire store, through most of it, there was the comics. And they had your Marvel, and they had your DC, and then they had your indie. And the indie selection was huge, and it was so great because that's where you'd come for your Frank Miller Daredevil, right? You would come for your Alan Moore Swamp Thing, that kind of a thing. You'd get those, but then you'd be like, okay, let's see what they got over here, right? Like, oh, this looks cool. Let me check that out. If we could get to a place like that, it's all just about getting people to know that we exist. That's the greatest obstacle I think we face.
When I started buying comics at Major Players, remember that, Rick? Major Players. I was all into indie, man. It was Creed. It was, you're gonna hate me for this. It was Cyberfrog. The '90s version. It was Scud. The
Scud was awesome.
It was a fucking Top Cow. It was Image, Spawn.
Yeah.
All that shit. Yeah, man.
I was all about Bone and Cerebus and stuff like that.
Yeah. Marvel during that time. Yeah, I didn't look at Marvel because Marvel wasn't like, oh man, it looks. Well, I mean, it was like Valiant to me because old people style, art style, man. I don't think so.
Well, the comics that Marvel put out like under like Epic and stuff like that, those were cool as shit, man.
I mean, that was before my time, dude.
Damn.
I didn't get those, man.
Those are cool, like the trades, or not really trades, but they were like what were they called? Like the one shots, but they were like man, what was it? God Loves, Man Kills for the X-Men. That was like a one shot that they did. That shit was awesome, man.
The original graphic novels.
Yeah. Yes, the graphic novels. Yeah, the Havoc Wolverine, the Meltdown. It was drawn by what's his name? I can't even pronounce his name. Zankevich.
Yes,
There you go.
yeah.
That stuff like that, those were
Oh
the
my God,
graphic
the
novels that I was
Daredevil that
into.
Frank Miller and Sienkiewicz
Yeah.
did.
Dude,
And then that fucking dope ass Doctor Doom story where he finally wins, where he finally conquers the world because he
yes,
has like the Purple Man, right, who can
yeah.
mind control people, and he hooks him up this device so he can mind control the entire world, and then he does, and then he's just like, it's like the Earth is a paradise, and he's just like bored.
I remember that one too, man. Like those were the stories that I was into, like during the
Fantastic.
indie phase, yeah. And then of course
Well,
the indie books, like the Faust and all this other stuff, and just I always come back to Faust, right? Because that just blew my tiny
yeah,
little mind, man. Like,
look. There's stuff that you just have an affection for, right? For me, I just wasn't a fan of that stuff, right? It was a
yeah,
little too extra for me, and like not like in a cool way. But I was like, whatever, And it was the '90s. I was more into like chasing girls and reading comics, right? I was mostly like an '80s guy, And that's not to say there wasn't some great stuff in the '90s. I'm just not a '90s guy, which I know a lot of people in our scene are, and that's cool. Hey, they were reading comics, and they read comics that some of which were shit, right? A lot of which were shit, but there was some great stuff in there too. There's always great stuff. There's always great stuff being made. It's just it's not necessarily going to be coming from the same place. It's the same way like America can't make movies anymore, mainstream shit anyway, right? But look at what's going on in South Korea.
Oh man,
their fucking cinema slaps,
Yeah.
right? Is fucking fantastic. So it's like that spirit of creativity. It's always somewhere. It just kind of seems to hop around.
And you gotta look for it, dude, because the mainstream media's not gonna tell you, man. You gotta.
Yeah, but we don't need them. We got the internet.
Yeah, you gotta.
Right?
I mean, that's what I'm referring to. You gotta search. You gotta look for videos. Top 10 horror movies, indie horror movies, or non-mainstream movies, man. You gotta just look for it, man.
You know which one I missed? Speaking of which, I don't know if you saw it or not, Brian. Just off subject, but on subject.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
It was a movie that came out last year. It was a Korean. It was all was it? It wasn't CGI. It was special effects, like practical effects. It was about a monster that comes out of a lake. It was a South Korean movie.
The
But
Host.
I cannot remember the name of it. The Beast or what?
The Host.
It's not The Host. The River.
No, it wasn't The Host. It wasn't The Host. It looked like
I know
like
the movie
a
you're
T-Rex
talking
or
about.
something.
I think it's called. Is it called The Lake?
Is it The
or
Lake?
The River or something like that?
It might be.
I know it's on my watch list for like Amazon Prime. So
it might be.
It's yeah. How was that?
I was curious if you had seen it or not. I haven't seen it yet. I wanted to see it. So
Did you guys see Satanic Hispanics yet?
I saw parts of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing. It looks interesting.
Oh, it sounds familiar. What is it?
It's an indie movie.
It's like a horror anthology. That's like all like Hispanic writers directors, right? And some of the stories. I mean, look, it's like an anthology film that's by different directors. You're gonna have hits and misses, right?
Yeah.
But the hits in that are fucking awesome. There is a monster, an Aztec monster, at the end of that movie that like practical effects that is fucking amazing. So
really?
Even though it's like I can't really totally recommend that movie, watch it at least for the cool parts. And it ends on like a really high note.
That reminds me of the latest VHS movie.
I haven't seen it.
85?
It's
the
okay.
one with the sewer monster. Is that the one?
They did the Mexican earthquake from '85.
Oh shit!
They did a whole reenactment of the newscast. It's like exactly alike.
Yeah.
But it's like the thing that caused the earthquake was Mictlan opening up.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a very
it's pretty good.
I think this is the best VHS like
You know what it
Almost
might be?
all the shorts are pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man, because the one with what's her face with the I like you. That one was fucking badass, man. I really like that one.
The one with the siren, with the girl
Yeah,
with the split face. They
Oh,
that
turned
one
that
was
into a
cool.
feature.
oh
And it
really?
was all right. It was aight. You know,
But
it was okay. But
the-
they should have just left that as a short
yeah,
because that
the
was pretty
the
fantastic.
zombies, dude, the narcosatánicos one where
Yeah,
skateboarders go to Tijuana. Yeah,
that was cool. That
that was
was
badass.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Um,
Also
or if you thought it was this Lake
the
Placid, I call that movie Lake Flaccid.
Lake Placid.
like
Thought that
But
movie.
Betty White is in it. Here we go. Our second Golden Girls reference of the
It's
night.
not a real
Betty
horror
White is in
movie. It's not a real horror movie. It's like
like
fucking comic. Fuck that shit. And not like even like, and not in like a cool way, like an Evil Dead 2 or something like that.
Mm.
Oh, that's the movie that I've been recommending to people is When Evil Lurks. It's a little movie from Argentina. Have you seen or heard about
I've
that
heard
yet?
of it, or I heard the title, but I don't know what it's about.
It, like, you know how demonic possession is very popular in horror movies these days? This is a movie that does demonic possession in a way that's totally original, completely original. Like when the movie opens, something has happened to the world, or at
what
least to
movie?
that.
What movie is it?
When Evil Lurks. I don't know. It's kind of like a generic title, but it's like when demons infect people, when they take possession of them, what they do is they just hang out and wait for you to like get fed up and kill them.
Oh wow!
And right, or to just like abandon them, and then they kind of burst open, and it's like and become flesh. But also, it's like a spiritual contagion. So it's like, oh shit, this dude's possessed. He's like a fucking radioactive bomb of evil, and we need to get him as far from here as possible. And people don't go to church anymore because nobody believes in God
Oh
anymore
wow!
because they think that like God is either dead or he's abandoned them. It's really good, man. Really good. Oh,
Is
and
it
the practical effects in that are gnarly.
is it the movie that you have to look at like at different certain angles, the demons like hide behind like cracks and shit like that? Or is that another movie?
No, that was in wasn't that in VHS 85?
No. It was it's because I'm
What
looking
fuck was that?
at the title when evil lurks,
Yes.
and that movie that I'm telling you about.
Yeah, whether it's like here, it's like, do you see it?
Yeah, so yeah, yeah. You see under the bed, and you don't see anything, but if you see it at an angle, you see the demon like roaming around. Is that the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not the movie, but I know the movie. I have seen the movie you're talking about. I just can't remember.
Yeah, it's Terrified. No, that's the movie.
Oh, Terrified. Yes. Terrified is the guy who did that did When Evil Lurks is his follow up.
Oh shit!
Terrified was
Really?
good, but I didn't think it was great. But fucking When Evil Lurks is really really good.
No, Terrified had some very interesting visuals, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
That
no, it
kid,
wasn't bad.
that little kid, dude, the fucking in the fucking kitchen eating
Oh
what is it? What having breakfast? No cereal and
Yes, I
yeah,
remember that scene. I saw it on TikTok, and I didn't know what the hell movie that was. I was like, "What movie is this,
that's
man?"
fucking oh wait, that's
That
creepy.
scene
Man.
was
it's
fucking
terrifying.
crazy, man.
Yeah. So, fucking Argentina's representing and making great horror
Horror,
movies,
yeah, of
right?
course.
And like I said, it's just like that's the wonderful thing about the internet, and it's just like I don't understand people where all they watch are just like American movies that have just come out,
Marvel
and
in
that's like
DC.
most of the society.
Yeah,
But it's just like there's like not just a world of cinema out there, there's worlds of cinema, right? It's like some people have never seen fucking Hong Kong action movies from the
Oh man,
80s.
no
They've
shit.
never seen Japanese movies from like the 50s and the 60s. It's just like I'm like, holy shit, it's just like how could you sleep on that shit? I've never seen Italian horror movies from like the 80s. It's just like they're missing out. But the audiences for those are growing bigger and bigger and bigger because internet. And now you can also stream pretty much almost anything, which is
3 movies.
incredible.
For
Well, it's
everything.
just like, here's the thing. Back in my day, you had to hunt that shit down, which made you a little extra hardcore, right? So there was that aspect to it. But now it's like all you have to do is just be curious. And then if you check it out and you love it and you find yourself falling in love with whatever it is, whether it's music, comics, movies.
You bring up you bring up a good point, Brian, and I want to touch on it really quickly before we move on to something else. The appreciation for finding this stuff when we were growing up, kind of like indie books. Like indie books when we were growing up, you had to hunt them down, you had to find out, you had to like word of mouth, whatever.
Yeah.
And now they're everywhere. So you don't know what's good. You got to take a chance. But before, it seemed like once you found like a gem, you needed to spread that shit like gospel and tell everyone like, you need to read this, you need to get on this. And now it's like nobody really does that. Nobody does that anymore because I guess we take it for granted that it's easy accessible.
Yeah.
And like we won't spread the word about it.
You bring up a really good point. I don't have the answer. I don't know. But
it's weird, man. It's like
that was me when I discovered Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Because I started playing Resident Evil 2, and the director always mentioned, dude, I was inspired by Dawn of the Dead. And I was like, dude, is that like the zombie movie that inspired Resident Evil 2? Because Resident Evil 2 is my jam. And
fucking
so I had to go. So I went to FYE, I think.
Yeah.
In '98, and I got the bus. After school, I went to the Cielo Vista Mall with some of my friends, and I had like $15, I think, in my pocket, and I just went looking for the movie. Oh, I want to see the movie, and I got it was Zombie 2, because that fucking cover, man, was damn, dude. And then it was Dawn of the Dead, the anniversary edition.
Nice.
The uncut version. I still have the VHS. Yeah, so I was like, dude, I'm getting the Dawn of the Dead one because that's what the director.
Excellent choice. Choice.
And then I started watching the movie, dude, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. And then I would bring my friends, dude, let's go watch Dawn of the Dead, man. It's crazy. It's the gore and the effects.
Best movie ever.
Never
gets old. It should never get old.
Yeah, it was a good experience, man. Movie watching experience.
For me, it was the Attack of the Atomic Zombies, man. Nightmare City.
Shit. Nightmare City.
That shit, like
Ugo Stiglitz.
Yes, exactly. I got a hold of that after watching Day and Dawn and all of them, and Zombie 2. And I got a hold of that, and I was like, holy crap, man. Has anyone ever seen this? And the reason that I saw it was because they had it on Channel 5 on Canal 5. They showed it one night. And I was like freaking 8 or something. And that's when I saw it. I was like, holy crap, man. Like, has anyone ever seen this? Oh my God, I got to share this with everybody. And I preached that gospel for years. Even when I met you guys, I was like, you got to watch this thing,
God
man.
bless you, dude. God bless you.
And it's funny that after watching Dawn of the Dead, I saw all the other zombie movies, right? And
it opens your perspective, right? You discover the rabbit hole, right?
Yeah,
and you're just like, this is the shit. I want more of this. And then you dive down that fucking rabbit hole.
And I didn't notice that I've already watched some of the zombie movies, because they would show the Savini's Night of the Living Dead every other
Channel
week,
5.
and Channel 5 over here.
Channel 5 was a jewel, man, when it came to stuff like that.
But yeah, dude, I was like, damn, this is badass. And
that's where I saw Demon Wind, Spookies,
Evil Dead, dude. Evil Dead 1, dude, with all the grotesque fucking stop motion. Watching that as a kid, god damn, yeah, it would make you feel sick, man.
Kids have dark imaginations. It's one of the things adults don't understand. Kids have very dark imaginations. I think most of us who are horror fans became
Yeah.
horror fans when we were kids because it spoke to us. There's a reason why, like the German fairy tales are like so dark, right? Because them and the Japanese understand it's like kids like their fairy tales to be a little dark. And I think that's that's one of the things that makes us horror fans, man. That's what horror movies are. It's the contemporary version of Grimm's fairy tales.
Yeah, the cautionary tales and stuff, man. Like,
yeah, and it just I mean, look, it's like Guillermo del Toro said, it's the bravest genre. It's the bravest genre, and you can get away with murder. You can do things that you can't do, right? Like in the original Night of the Living Dead, it's just like, not only are we going to kill that kid's going to come back and eat her fucking mother. Like, what was that conversation like? Right? But that was the thing, man. It's like, you look at like Night of the Living Dead, boom, game changer. Dawn of the Dead, boom, game changer. Day of the Dead, awesome movie, but not a game changer.
Return of the Living Dead, though.
What?
Because Return of the Living Dead. That's why.
Return of the Living Dead's the shit too. Yeah. Oh my god.
Return of the Living Dead came out when Day of the Dead came out, more or less. Yeah. But Return of the Living Dead had the more, like, the better, not so much the better concept, but the different concept. Day of the Dead was still running off of Dawn, man. And don't get me wrong, I love Day of the Dead. It's fucking phenomenal.
It's the shit.
Effects and everything. But
Return it's the third best zombie movie.
Yeah, Return had the different, not so much, I don't want to say better, like the different concept, the different take. And I think that it just, when I was a kid, I watched Return of the Living Dead and it disgusted me. I had revulsion towards that movie because I was watching something that I felt I shouldn't be watching. And especially when it starts off, it's in a fucking, like, a morgue, basically.
The cover, dude. The
cover, dude. Like,
the
what
VHS cover, man? Every time I would go rent movies on a Friday night, that cover would mesmerize me and disgust me at the same time.
Exactly.
I would have to, like, watch it from afar, dude. Like, damn, that shit's gonna grab me if I walk in close, man. That's gonna grab me. But yeah, dude, and then I watched the movie, and then I was like, oh, is that from that cover? Man, this movie's badass, man. Now I'm not afraid of it. Now I like it, man. It's totally wild, man.
You know what part, like, really,
like when you're a kid, you're almost afraid of them. They're sitting on the shelf, just like,
yes, exactly.
The part that threw me for a loop watching Return of the Living Dead, the one part at the very beginning when the half dogs come back to life and they're moving, that shit fucked me up. That shit fucked me up. I was like, what am I watching? Yes, exactly. Yeah. That was disturbing.
It's really fucked up. And I remember, amongst the Romero fans, because you have to understand, Day was coming out that same summer, and it was like Return of the Living Dead. It's just like, oh shit, right? And this is not Romero, but let's go see it. Let's give it a chance. And then there's that moment where James Darren leans forward and says, "Have you ever seen that movie, Night of the Living Dead?" And that's when suddenly you go, oh, okay, all right. In other words, it's telling you this is not a George Romero movie. This is not going to try to be a George Romero movie, right? We're going to go in our own fucked up direction.
That's what I keep saying. These guys, and that's our take with On the Border. Yeah, we gotta spice it up. We gotta give it a little, like, a new shade.
Oh, dude, the fucking bugs. The fucking. I actually got itchy reading that shit.
And when you talked about you going to a con 10 years ago and everybody was doing the zombie thing, I bet you everybody was doing the same thing. They were all copying Walking Dead or Night of the Living Dead. They weren't, like, adding something to spice it up. I mean, and that's what happened with the genre, dude. The zombie genre, everybody was doing. Yeah, they were ripping off each other, doing the B movie, the grindhouse style, and no, none of them had soul until 20 days later came out.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead. Those two movies changed the game again.
Dead Set. Everyone forgets Dead Set.
Oh, Dead Set. Yeah.
Dead Set was the shit, man.
Yeah.
But like that's one of those movies I've told people. I mean, it was a BBC show. I'm like, people need to check that out. I'm always surprised when people haven't seen it. I'm like, you gotta fucking see this. This is like essential viewing. But it's like hardly anybody knows about that. Then there's Black Summer. People,
dude.
I hope you guys haven't slept on that.
Hell no.
Because that's
I'm waiting for season
brilliant.
3 if it ever comes out. Hopefully.
I know. I don't think it is, but fucking John Hyams is right there for as far as I'm concerned with Panos Cosmatos, and oh god, there's a couple other people too that I'm looking at and thinking, oh, new Romero, new Cronenberg. Do you know what I'm saying? Because in the '80s we had those dudes. We had Romero, we had Cronenberg, we had Don Coscarelli, we had Tobe Hooper. Right, it was those John Carpenter, right, and so we kind of don't have that right now, but we may very soon, right? And you're looking for those people. It might be the next great filmmaker.
Did the guy who did It Follows continue making horror movies? I don't know. Because that movie is badass.
It's the strangest thing because that movie is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people don't like it, which is fine, right? Let them have shit taste, right?
Watching that movie made me feel, oh shit, is this like a Carpenter movie that didn't get released?
Yeah. Dude, it was very Cronenberg-esque, I guess you could say.
My boy in the chat, Matt. Thank you, brother. He's
Eggers. There you go.
Eggers is the other guy. Damien Leone, right, with the Terrifier movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks, Matt.
That guy's on fire right now, man. Fucking
like you wouldn't believe.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, and it's fun to watch, right? It's fun to watch.
Jesus, I don't know about that.
No, I'm saying it's exciting to see. But that's the thing. Horror is bigger than it's ever been, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get a flood. It's the same thing with the zombie movies. Okay, now there's going to be 1 billion zombie movies, but that means out of that 100, there are going to be 2 or 3 that are really fucking good, right? I Am Hero. That's a really good Japanese zombie movie that people are sleeping on.
Have you seen Undead, Brian?
Yes, yes.
The Australian zombie movie?
Yes, that one was awesome.
Too.
I keep telling Bankrupt, go find that movie, man. You're gonna love it, man.
Fucking Australian, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the movie that guy made afterward, Daybreakers, was just.
Yeah, Daybreakers was not. No.
But that's the thing. Everybody whiffs, right? And at some point, like I know I'm gonna fuck up. Right?
Did you guys ever see Stakeland?
Yes.
There's like 3 parts to that. There's like 3 parts to it, but the first one's the best one.
Yeah, the first I only seen the first one, but yeah, dude, that's a good.
The misters.
When the cult starts dropping fucking zombies from a fucking helicopter on that community. Oh, and yeah, very great news. Matt and I were talking about this on the Horror Movie Club the other night. 28 years later, coming.
Yes.
Alex Garland and Danny Boyle, it looks like.
See, that's gonna be the shit, man.
That's gonna be that's cause for excitement. Absolutely, man. Oh, and there's another one that is barely known. That's an unofficial sequel to the 28 Days Later franchise. It's called The Cured. People are sleeping on that, and it's a fucking great movie. It's really good. I think maybe it's got I'm trying to remember her name. She's a he now. She was in that Christopher Nolan movie.
Elliot Page.
I'm sorry?
Elliot Page.
Yes. She's in that. And very good in it.
He.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I dead named her. I dead named her. I dead named that. I dead named her. That's it. I'm canceled. I'm fucked up now.
Have you guys seen Overlord, I think it is.
Overlord.
That I
Overlord's
haven't
badass,
seen.
bro.
That I haven't seen.
It was supposed to be another fucking Cloverfield spinoff.
Oh yeah.
But they said, nah, let it be its own thing, and thank God it's badass.
Yeah, Overlord.
Damn.
Overlord was good, man. I remember that one too.
Yeah, Kurt Russell's kid comes out, so
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, the Monarch series. It was cool seeing him playing opposite his father, playing the same character.
Oh,
Yeah. That I don't know if I can really like recommend. It's not a strong recommend. It was okay.
I heard about the ending. Like the ending was like, holy shit. That was about it. That's the whole thing.
Well,
but
it's actually the drama. It's just, but the thing is, there's a lot of shit. There's like a certain because there's a bunch of stories being told all at the same time, right? Matt Fraction was the guy who
really
co-created the series, right? But the thing is, it's like when you have two parallel stories, and one of them you're constantly like, get back to the other one, right? And it's half of your story. You done fucked up, son. Right? Because they have to be both as equally compelling.
Yeah.
But it was okay. But man, fucking Godzilla -1. Did you guys see that yet?
I haven't seen it yet, man.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard so much about it. They re-released it in black and white apparently to like mirror the original, the 1954 Godzilla or whatever. And
If you can see that in a cinema, go see that in a cinema.
Dude,
Like,
I gotta
seriously.
go
Like,
watch
you need like that sensory experience. You need like the fucking big fucking sound.
Big screen.
Yeah.
I've seen most of it like on TikTok accidentally, right? But they show most of it on TikTok and stuff.
It's amazing. Game changer, dude. Game changer. And they humiliated Hollywood because how much did they spend to make that movie, which is widely now considered, I think rightly, as a masterpiece? $15 million fucking dollars.
Wow.
And now this Godzilla Kong movie is coming out. How much did that cost? 200, 250?
I'm curious about it, but at the same time, I'm not, because they're just like.
I liked the last one. I haven't been fond of the Legendary Monster universe, but the last one I was like, okay, you kind of have to be a grouch almost not to like that. Do you know what? It was fun. Once they got to like the Hollow Earth, fucking Pellucidar, that's when I was in. That's when I was like, okay,
yeah,
I can't not like this. Because it just went in such a batshit crazy direction.
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
Well, I like the scene when they're running together.
Yeah, dude.
King Kong and Godzilla.
Well, it's by the same director.
It was like the scene in Rocky and Apollo when they're running.
It was like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, dude. They were just running together.
La 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 la. Look at the fucking banana splits.
and all the memes they made, dude. All the fucking cartoons and animations, man. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know it's gonna be good when they do that shit, man.
We'll see, fellas. I'm sorry. I got a boogie. I gotta force myself to go to bed. Thank you so much for having me on. Always a pleasure. Come on the fucking horror movie club one of these days.
I know. I keep seeing the link.
You guys got an open invite. That's all I'm saying.
I know. We appreciate that. Thank you so much, Brian. I'm going to get together with you very, very soon so we can discuss details on that project that we need to do, because we need to do that.
Gonna be fun, man. That shit's gonna be fun.
Shoot, dude, it's gonna be fucking badass, man. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, before you go, drop your information. Where can we find you? What are you doing?
Oh, you can find me on the Twatters at Brian Christgau. You can find me on the Facebooks at Brian Christgau. You can find me just on the YouTubes and everywhere. I've got an unusual name, so just type in my name and my shit should come up. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun year. Every Thursday, Matt and I, we do the horror movie club at 9 p.m. on Thursdays, and that's basically we watch a horror movie, but it's always something that's not behind a paywall. So there's always a link to it where you could just like click. So if you're listening to us talk about the movie, or if you want to watch it ahead of time and then join us in the chat to talk about it. I remember Dillard actually once, motherfucker, he's in the chat and he's just like, oh, like this movie sounds great. oh, there's a link. Bye. But that's what that's what it's there for. But anyway, yeah, fellas, once again, 2024, onward and upward.
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen.
Yes, sir. We're gonna do
And
it.
Take it easy,
Peace,
Brian.
love, and Excelsior.
Excelsior, sir. Awesome. Yeah, it's always great to have Brian on, man. Julius never showed up, so oh well, too bad. Had a better time with Brian.
He was lurking in the fucking chat for a while.
¿Qué más before we go? I mean, I know you were like on pins and needles, man, earlier, because you're like, what's the good system gonna be about? Talk to me. Tell me what the stream's about. Like,
Tell me. That was
don't
good.
worry, man. I'm
Yeah.
not fucking crazy, dude. I'm not fucking insane. And no, güey. No, que vas a hacer tus pendejadas, güey.
Man, I gotta be careful with you, motherfucker.
You see? Were you disappointed?
No, it was actually funny.
It was.
So what? Did the guy give you the toy or something?
No, I left him there. I drove off. I needed to go buy my meats, man. Like, I'm not gonna sit there. But they're there. They're there. So a ver, ¿cuándo?
So which Motus were there? What series?
It was the Hordak, the Battle Armor Skeletor, and the Battle Armor He-Man.
Oh, if you find those, get them for me. Hordak and.
Me voy a pelear en un pinche parking lot para agarrar, para los fucking shit, dude.
Vas a pelear. You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight. Well, yeah, let's get going because it's.
I guess that's it. Do we have any announcements before we go? Anything that we're working on? Any updates on the cryptos that you want to share?
No, we're nada, dude. No updates until we talk to our publisher until we can make a move.
All right, so just
so we're working on a plan B, guys. So
we got a plan B. It's solidifying as we speak. We got some other stuff in the work that we cannot wait to share with you because holy shit, it is fucking bad. It is evil. It is evil. It is evil. Am I right?
Evil badass.
Evil carnales. What? Anyway.
Oh shit. All right, pues, vámonos ya. Let's go.
It's our villain arc, sir. Thank you so much. Follow us on the twits and the twats and all that other stuff. Excelsior, everyone. Have a good week.
Dead Stop launching February 6th. See you there.
Step into the shadows of the borderland, where a chilling realm of legends, monsters, and madmen awaits. 656 Comics takes you on the road with Dead Stop Tour of Terror.